Communication History: The Key to Understanding by Emma Ruth Watson, Bailey Ingram, and Sophia Moak.
Our project is about Susan B. Anthony, Be the Vote for Women. Susan B. Anthony has an inspirational leader for women, inspiring hundreds of thousands. She changed history for women of the USA.
We believe Susan B. Anthony changed communication in history because Susan B. Anthony protested for women's rights to vote. Susan B. Anthony gave speeches around the country to convince others to support women's rights to vote. And Susan B. Anthony stood up for an issue that she knew was wrong and put her all into fixing it. We chose Susan B. Anthony to learn more about the 100th anniversary of women's rights to vote.
Susan B. Anthony was born in 1820 in Massachusetts. She was a member of the Quaker religion. The Quakers allowed men and women to speak equally. During her life, women were uneducated, did not own property, and had no rights. Susan B. Anthony wanted equal rights under the law for both men and women.
Susan B. Anthony worked with Elizabeth Cady Stanton to start the first Women's Rights Convention in Santa Falls, New York in 1848. They are responsible for every right women have today.
In 1872, Anthony did the unexpected. She voted illegally. She risked being arrested for her views. She was arrested. That didn't stop her. Her trial was all-male jury.
So much for a jury of her peers. She wasn't even allowed to speak for herself or offended herself during the trial. She clearly experienced sexism. The trial obviously did not go her way. Her vote didn't count, but that was never the goal. She was trying to get attention and popularity, and boy did she.
She was fined $100, but she never paid it. She never stopped fighting for women's rights to vote. She traveled around the USA speaking until 1909, when she died. Anthony never saw her dream become a reality. However, her efforts were successful. In 1920, women won the right to vote when the 19th Amendment was passed, 16 years after she died.
Causes: Susan B. Anthony funded and led the women's suffrage movement. Leader in the American Equal Rights Association. She funded the National Women's Suffrage Association. She helped fund the International Council of Women.
Effects: Susan B. Anthony felt like women did not have rights. Because of her efforts, she was able to achieve the following things: the right to vote, the right for women to own their own property, the right for women to be admitted to certain colleges. The Married Women's Property Act was passed. When? 1869 through 1906.
The women's suffrage movement, which is the fight for women's rights.
I don't know how to say that.
Where? Salina Falls, New York.
She felt strongly about sexism and felt that women should have a voice and an opinion about the world.
Women should have the right to vote.
One of the many things Susan B. Anthony did
to help the women's suffrage movement was vote illegally in the election of 1872. This sent the message that she was truly believed women should have the right to vote. She was willing to be arrested to stand up for that right. This map is all of the states in the United States that allowed women's suffrage before the 19th Amendment.
She was changed communication in history by...
In conclusion, we believe Susan B. Anthony changed communication in history by being a catalyst in the women's suffrage movement, being a voice change and experiencing generations of young women to stand up for women's rights.